The family that prays together stays together.
The family that prays together stays together.
Family that prays together stays together.
Family that prays together stays together.
He's made the family that prays together stays together a household phrase from Bombay to Newfoundland. He's Father Patrick Peyton, a man alive with the reality of God and prayer.
So my job is not to accomplish. My job is to deneutralize, not to let anybody be neutral. And God be praised, God is making that happen. That the whole earth, behind the iron curtains and the bamboo curtains and the rest, they're not neutral. The family that prays together, stays together, is deneutralizing the whole earth, making a man to say, is there value to this? Is this valuable? Is this a noble thing? Is this an embarrassing thing? Is this of no consequence? That my life is to make them answer. And if they answer positively, the next step is up to them to do it.
Well, to begin at the beginning, Father Pat was born in Ireland in 1909, in this house in the town of Carricastle. And here he is with his family when he was 12 years old. While he was in his teens, Pat left Ireland with his brother Tom. Tom got a job in the coal mines near Scranton, Pennsylvania. The best job Pat could find was as janitor in the cathedral.
In the quiet of that church, I would pray and pray before the Blessed Sacrament. And as the months went by, the thought of devoting my entire life to God got stronger and stronger. I had to at last try the seminary. And I wasn't there long before I knew it was the right life for me. But at the height of my happiness, with ordination day only 2 years away, I had to face the crises of my life.
Father Peyton was stricken with a terrible illness, and for a while it looked as though he might never be able to be ordained a priest.
Father Pat Peyton and I were in Morrow Seminary at Notre Dame together back in the late 30s. He was a big fellow, but he seemed to get more and more tired. People felt maybe he was studying too much, but then he started hemorrhaging and they rushed him to the hospital and they thought he wouldn't make it through the night. The next day they gave him a complete examination and decided right away that he had tuberculosis. And they also told him he had only a couple of months to live at most.
So he simply talked to Our Lady as he would talk to his own mother, and Mary helped him get well.
But then suddenly he felt better and he told the doctors, I'm cured. And the doctor said, don't be ridiculous, you don't get cured from being as bad as you were. And he said, well, give me a new examination. And they gave him a new examination, and he was completely cured.
So he resolved then that he would spend his life telling people how she wishes to help us if we pray to her.
Beyond the happiness of my ordination was the resolution that my whole life and priesthood would be a repayment to the Mother of God. My cure had come from her. She had prayed for it. To repay my debt, I resolved that I would work for her to make known the power of prayer to the families of the world.
His first radio program was over a local station in Albany, New York. And on Mother's Day, 1945, Father Peyton's message went out on the first nationwide family rosary broadcast. The success of that program led the way to weekly family theater, which has been on the air since February 1947.
Good evening. This is Jimmy Stewart. Tonight, the Family Theater stars Loretta Young and Dawn Amici. You know, since this is our first program, maybe we ought to have a dedication. So right now, let's dedicate the Family Theater to your family, with the hope that families everywhere will always be together.
The program was a success beyond my wildest dreams, and so it was no wonder that I had the courage then to try for even greater openings by coming to Hollywood itself. I wanted to get all the stars on my side. I wanted their fame, their name, their influence to be harnessed for the benefit of the homes of America and the homes of the world. I wanted them to carry this doctrine, this wonderful idea of the network of America. The family that prays together stays together. They all said yes. They came forward with joy. They contributed their services, and the rest imitated.
Father Pat became one of the pioneers in that medium. I'll bet you didn't know that the first film appearance of James Dean was in a film that Father Pat made for TV. It was called Hill Number 1.
Come, we must spread these good tidings quickly.
One of Hollywood's most talented writers, directors, and producers is George Lucas. He received one of his first screen credits when, as a USC student, he worked on the family theater series called The Psalms. Here's that credit.
With the same tremendous energy that carries him around the world on his Rosary Crusades, Father Peyton goes down the line, signing his name and making new acquaintances by the score.
Here tonight we honor a man who is not just a Catholic priest. He speaks for the best of America.
With my work in Hollywood firmly established, I went on the road once more, eagerly seeking a way to reach more people personally. In the first year, we received requests from bishops in Western Canada and Alaska that covered a territory as large as the continental United States. From there, we went to areas all over the eastern and midwestern United States, then into eastern Canada and Newfoundland. As the crowds got larger, they overflowed open fields, filled the ballparks, and crowded the stadiums. Not to witness a circus, not to see a ball game, but to pray to God together as a family. New York City was a milestone for the Crusades and brought it national and international attention. Requests for crusades outdistanced our resources to answer them. From Newcastle in the north of England to Malaga in the south of Spain, the crusade message met acceptance by peoples who believed in its urgency, its necessity, and its ability to meet the needs of the moment. To Burma, Malaya, Thailand, Ceylon, Pakistan, the Philippines, and India, and more. The people of Africa took us to their hearts as we did them. From South Africa, the crusade went to Kenya, Tanganyika, and Uganda, then to Rhodesia, Nyasaland, and the Sudan.
From the southern tip of Chile to the Caribbean, Father Pat had become a familiar friend. But he had to leave temporarily because the Crusades had attained global importance, and his presence was needed at the Second Vatican Council. Arrived at Rome, he was warmly greeted by Pope Paul, who encouraged him to continue his tireless efforts on behalf of the family.
The work of Father Peyton continues through Holy Cross Family Ministries, the Peyton Institute for the Family, Family Theater Productions, and international offices, with rosary events and other programs. Holy Cross Family Ministries is now hard at work on a number of projects, some aimed at adults, others focusing on teens and children, keeping in mind the original commitment to serve the family and to support parents and children in their life together.
A family that prays together stays together.
We have brought you this picture as we bring you the family theater every week, because we know that enough families united each day in prayer can bring permanent peace to the world.